The average if function is used to calculate an average of all cells in a given range that meet a certain condition. The spreadsheet you see shows some students achieve mark in a subject. So we want to average out the past students mark and the failed students mark. To do that effectively, we have to use a function which is average if function. So average if function has three component. So if I write it here average if, you can see the first component is range, and which actually defines the cells that you want to apply the criteria against. The second component is the criteria, which is used to determine which cells to average. And the average range, the last component, it is the cells to average. So if I write the equation to average out the past students mark first, let's start the equation and write average if. Start the parenthesis. First you have to define the range, and the range would be basically you are defining pass or failed, and to make it simpler to use the equation for the next cell as well, just fix the cell of the range. So press F4, press F4 again. Then the criteria. So our criteria for the first case is past. So I'm going to select this cell which is written past. And if you write down past, you have to give a quotation mark. Then enter comma and average range. So here we are going to average the mark. So we are going to average the column D, basically the achieved mark. So then end the parenthesis and hit enter. So as you can see, the average for the past students achieved mark has shown 70.94. If you apply this equation, so before applying this equation, I want to fix this cell as well for the average range. So press F4, hit enter. Okay. So now if you drag this equation to the next cell, that is giving you the average mark of the failed students as well. Okay. So it basically takes all the failed students and all the past students mark from this table and average it out according to your criteria.